we made General Tao chicken for you. We really enjoyed making.
College Eats.
Hey, what is going on, guys? And welcome back to another episode of College Eats. And tonight we are going to be cooking one of my personal Asian food favorites, and that is going to be General Tao chicken. And yes, we are also going to be throwing in one of 90s kids' personal favorite recess snacks, and that is going to be Mr. Noodles. That is right, Mr. Noodles instant soup, or eaten raw like most of you 90s kids, and we're going to throw it in a General Tao stir fry. And I promise you that this recipe is super cheap, super fast, and super enjoyable. So with that being said, let's jump right into the ingredients.
Welcome back to College Eats there, folks. This week I'm going to be introducing the ingredients for our General Tao chicken recipe. First, I need a drink though, because you know, when you're making anything in college or at home, I don't care where you are, you need a drink. I got a nice Crown and Gingy tonight. Oh my god, that's so good. One of my favorite drinks, honestly. Can't go wrong with that. If you take a look down here, we got our ingredients for tonight. Quick little flash at that. Then we have, of course, with General Tao chicken being an Asian style dish, got our Asian style blend vegetables. We're going to use the VH here. We're going to use the General Tao sauce. Couple eggs. Just kidding, not going to throw them this week. Then we have our chicken thighs. Some cornstarch. Then, of course, the main ingredients. Every 90 kid's favorite snack on the playground, Mr. Noodles.
Alright, thank you, James, for handing over the ingredients to me. I'm now going to be talking about how we're going to prepare those ingredients. But just as James did. Oh, so much better. So before we actually start preparing the chicken, we're going to want to make sure all of our ingredients are ready to cook before we do the chicken. So we are going to take our frozen veg, which is $2.50 for a full pack of this. We're going to cook it off in the pan. We're going to take our Mr. Noodles, which is 35 cents, and we're going to rehydrate them, bring them back to life, make them nice and noodle-like. And we're going to take our 2 eggs, which is the most crucial part, and we're going to separate the egg white from the egg yolk.
Alright, so we've begun the cooking process here for our General Tao chicken recipe. So we've opened our package of Mr. Noodles. We're going to throw it in this bowl here. We've brought 2 cups of water to a boil. It says that you're supposed to let it sit for a couple minutes. We're going to let it sit for a minute. We're going to let the noodles soften up in the bowl here with the hot water. While that's happening, we're going to cook up some veggies. Do that right now. There, we got those noodles getting nice and soft. Gonna throw some oil on our pan. Pan nice and oiled up here. Gonna throw just a little bit of those veggies in there because it's gonna be quite hot. This pan's been on for a little bit, so we're gonna throw some of these on. Like we said earlier, we only need about not even an eighth of the bag there. Get that one out there. And while these are sauteing up, we're gonna get the chicken prepared. Then we're gonna mix everything together. That piece is gonna be tight in that piece. So we have our noodles all separated here. We let them soak in that boiling hot water for a minute. Gonna go on over here and strain out this water. Throw it back in the bowl, leave our strainer behind. Put it off to the side for a couple minutes while we're cooking off the chicken and the rest of the vegetables, and then we're gonna put it all back together.
So first of all, we're going to crack our egg on the surface here. We want to make sure we have 2 bowls going, one for the egg yolk and one for the egg. So I'm going to take the shell. The egg white is going to fall into the bowl. I'm going to take my hand, catch the egg yolk, and the egg white falls right in. So as you can see, egg white, egg yolk here. And we're just going to do the same thing again, crack, crack. Open, take the lid off. The egg white should fall over your hands. Catch the egg yolk with your other hand, and then we're going to transfer into the bowl. Okay, so now that we've separated our egg whites from our egg yolks, we're going to want to whisk them into a bowl until the egg whites are nice and fluffy. And the egg whites are going to act as the coating for our batter, and our batter is going to be the cornstarch. This is mainly used in Asian cooking for any type of battering. It's going to make the chicken extra flaky and crispy. So let's start whisking the egg whites. Okay, so once they're done that whisking, it actually only took me about 30 seconds. It was a little easy. Forearm's kind of tired, but that's okay. So this is what you're supposed to end up looking like. A nice foamy substance, as that's what you want. It's gonna be super airy. It's gonna make the chicken light and crispy. Exactly what you want for General Tao. Alright guys, so now that we're done with all of our other ingredients, they're off to the side, they're ready to be put into the final product. We're gonna start with our chicken. But before that, I just want to let you guys know, I have a small pot here. Got it heated up with about a 1/4 inch or even a 1/2 inch, a little bit of oil in there. I've got vegetable oil, but you can use canola oil, you can use peanut oil, you can use sunflower oil, any kind of oil you can get your hands on. I'm also using boneless, skinless chicken thighs here. Boneless, skinless chicken thighs I find have better flavor than chicken breast. They're also cheaper and they cook a lot evener. Evener is even a word, but they cook a lot better, I would say, than chicken breasts do. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to lay this down on the board. I'm going to cut it into 3 strips, just like that. And then I'm going to flip it aside, and I'm going to cut it in half. So we should end up with 6 altogether. I'm then going to season my chicken with salt and pepper, because we always want to season our food from the inside out to make sure our food has the full amount of flavor. And then I'm going to take our egg whites, which you might not be able to see that well. From what we whisked earlier, they're still fluffy and foamy. I'm going to drop our chicken right in there. Just a little kid swimming in a pool there. Chicken going for a little dip. And then we're going to take our cornstarch. And now our cornstarch is going to actually act as our coating. It's going to act as our batter for this recipe. So we're going to drop each guy in there. This is going to make them extra fluffy and extra light. And of course, if you don't want to use egg white, you can use a whole egg. And if you don't have cornstarch, you can use flour. But let's stretch them. This is all we need. So once this chicken is battered as it is, we're going to start frying our chicken for our General Tao chicken stir fry. Frankenstein.
So we actually have about 1 inch of oil in this pot here. Of course, if you don't have that much oil, you can always shallow fry them in a pan. Use a little bit of oil or butter or Pam. Aerosol can of Pam is pretty cheap and you can use it over and over again. You want to make sure your chicken thighs get nice and crispy, nice and golden brown. Then that's when you're going to be ready for your sauce. But for now, we're going to fry up these pieces we have here and we'll go from there.
Okay, so we've got all our ingredients ready to go. Now for the final product. We've got our veg heating back up in the pan. We're going to take our Mr. Noodles here that we cooked off earlier. We're going to throw them back in the pan. We're just going to kind of want to marry them together. Just reheat them. Toss the extra stuff off. Now we take our General Tao that we just chopped off. Throw it in there. And also, feel free to add a little extra sauce in there just to make the noodles a little sticky, extra tasty. Definitely don't want that in there. That would not be good. So, I'm gonna toss. Just toss until everything gets nicely coated and all of the flavors. Don't worry about anything spilling on the countertop. And if you can't do a pan toss, just use a wooden spoon like I'm doing. And that's it. You got a little General Tao stir fry, homemade with fresh Mr. Noodles, General Tao sauce, and fried chicken.
Mmm, that does look tasty. Ten out of 10.
Thanks for joining us on this week's episode of College Eats. We made General Tao chicken for you. We enjoyed making it. We enjoyed eating it. Even our friend Phil the Thrill stopped by and ate the shit out of that piece.
Make sure you guys smash the thumbs up button. Make sure you guys smash the subscribe button and make sure you guys leave comments in the comment section down below for what you guys want to see us cook on the next week's episode of College Eats. And peace!
College Eats.